And we are live.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Gathering ParaCast on the Cryptovania Network. I'm Stephanie.
And I'm Heidi, and we are here for our Imbolc show, which we're very excited about tonight.
We are, because Imbolc is a Sunday.
Yep.
It starts on Sunday, and
Technically
usually,
Sunday into Monday.
you can, you can make it last for a while. It's all the same thing, right? But it is fun.
Well,
it's one of the
Sunday. It's a whole cycle. Yeah.
It is. It is. And it's what it is the midpoint between the winter solstice and the spring equinox. It's a cross quarter day. So what we call it is it's the return to light, right? It's the Mama Earth getting ready to spring forth all the goodness. It's hope. It's all about hope. Is what I say. Hope for the light.
Yep. We're still in the dark season, of course, because that lasts until the spring equinox, but we're at that midpoint, that cross quarter festival it's the stirring of the seeds under the earth. So what this time of year, and especially as we get into this midpoint, what it's really doing is asking us about our challenges and to not be afraid of things that we are challenged with in our lives, because this is the time. Think about seeds that are in the earth and they're just starting to stir. Maybe not as much here in Minnesota yet.
Not yet.
But it's that idea that the seeds underneath the ground are starting to stir, and they're going to have their hardest work ahead of them is to grow in the soil. So that's the biggest challenge. And so we look at that in our own lives of what is our biggest challenge, and to not be afraid of that, but to look at that and persevere to move through it. And again, because there's hope, this idea of this little returning of light coming to us. It's a really lovely time of year, I think, because we're still in that dark place. We're still under the earth. We're still in that hibernation, but we feel light coming.
Yes. It's a time of patience, renewal, hope, all those things, and excitement, I think, too, after the long winter. I mean, here for me, what it all breaks down to is, we rush through summer, we're busy, crazy nuts. Then comes Samhain and all of those things, and then comes Yule and Christmas. And so the whole month of December is eaten up by all of those things, whether you celebrate them or not. It's a busy time. And then January is where we can finally rest, right? We can finally rest. We can kindly, rest up from the craziness of the year. And then now it's time to start stirring, just like Mama Earth. It's time to start stirring up, getting ready for the rest of the year. It's a really fun time, and it's exciting, I think, personally, So I'm excited for Imbolc. And, what do you do? Well, there's a lot of things that I do. I think simply lighting a candle is a good thing, right? Because it's a time for light. It's time to welcome back in the light. I like to do a cleansing, maybe even of the house, with smudge. I do smudge, which is basically the 4 sacred medicines, and run through the house. And then I like to drum afterwards, and then I'll smudge myself. But the biggest thing for me is getting out and doing a nature walk, going out in the woods, talking to the spirits, talking to the nature spirits, Mama Earth, Papa Sky, all the animals, thanking them. And so I will do all of those above things, all of the things that I just talked about. I know different people have different ways of celebrating. Of course, the Celtics, Wiccans, they do fire ceremonies and the whole 9 yards. And you can do that, whatever works for you. I'm more of a nature kind of girl. How about you, Heidi?
So when I actually do a lot of home clearings right now. Again, this time of year is a good kind of like a get through the new year and do like an official reset this time of year. So I'm actually doing one tomorrow for someone. And Tim and I think I told this story before a long time ago on the show, but we actually chose Imbolc when we bought our house to do the closing. because we wanted Imbolc to be the first, this newness in our house that we moved into. It wasn't a new house, but it
Mhm.
was our launch into this house. So the first day we got the keys and we came to the house, we had nothing but the keys and some drums. And we went through
Mhm.
and did a full cleansing of the house
Yep.
and a ceremony, a drum ceremony in the house to like do this changeover of
Mhm.
the energies.
Yeah.
And because it was a really good time of year to do this. And so when they asked us when we wanted to do it, I picked Imbolc because I said
Mhm.
this is going to be the perfect time of year to set the intention for this
Mhm.
new chapter.
Mhm.
So, and
Yep.
again, it's hard, for us in Minnesota. I mean, well, I guess we're
Right.
used to going outside when it's
We
cold,
are.
but to have a lot of rituals outside, so you can do things inside too,
Mhm.
to kind of celebrate the magic of Imbolc and participate or do something, even small inside to
Yes.
celebrate.
Yes. Yes. Cleansing your house is a great idea. And it doesn't have to be elaborate. If you have a drum through the house. That's a
Right.
good way to clear it out. I do, a three-pronged effect. I do the smudging, I do the drums, and then I do a lot of times I'll do the bowl, So, but you can do just one thing or take one candle and walk around in your house, kind of the same thing. There's a lot of ways to clear the house, but
Hmm.
and it just feels good. And it's just, it's paying attention to the seasonal shifts. Soon it will be, before we know it, it's going to be the spring equinox, the vernal equinox, and then we move right into summer, right? So this is kind of the halfway point where the sun is halfway there to that one point where it'll start getting to the highest point in the sky, from the astronomy point of view. Um, yeah, it's fun. It's a good one. I like this one a lot. So it's a
What
fun
I
thing.
Oh, sorry. I had my birthday a week and a half ago, and a friend of mine
Mhm.
gave me a plant, and it's beautiful. It's in this like moss covered container, and it had all these just green leaves coming out or whatever it was.
Mhm.
And I was like, "Oh, this is going to be super cool." And she goes, "They're going to start blooming." And I'm telling you, they just started to come up. And so I have all of this like representation right now sitting
Mhm.
upstairs of
Mhm.
this Imbolc energy because these plants, they're inside. Of course, this is not happening outside Minnesota
Yep.
right now, but
No.
I've got all of these spring little bulbs that are coming up, and
Mhm.
they're coming up right in time for Imbolc to help celebrate this, like,
Yep.
energy coming out of the ground, getting ready to, spread seeds and,
Mhm.
all of, so it's just, I thought it was a lovely reminder of this time of year
It
and
is.
perfectly timed to bloom for Imbolc.
Mhm.
And then what you could do if you have this stuff out, yourself, you have these bulbs and things, then you can save them when they're done and then plant them out in your yard.
Yep.
So if you wanted to make some little Imbolc
Yeah.
altar like I have upstairs, you can then save it and put it outside and reuse
Mhm.
your bulbs
Yep.
annually
It's
and
like if
have
you have
your own little.
amaryllis plants too is another good one. I can't have them anymore because they're very poisonous to cats. But I do bring them in the fall and then I put them out in the summer and then they bloom and
Mhm.
they're just gorgeous in the summer. But normally I would save them. I wouldn't bring them upstairs until like, Christmas really. I know they're everybody thinks they're Christmas things, but I like to bring them up here in the before I had my kitties. I like to bring them up around Christmas time because then they would be blooming at Imbolc, which is really fun to watch,
Mhm.
So that's a good thing. And certainly you can go outside and do rituals in Minnesota. I have done full moon rituals and, 5 above weather. You get pretty cold pretty fast, but you know what? It works and it almost makes it just a little bit more magical, you know? So whatever you're up to, whatever you think you can handle, do it because it's worth it. It's worth the effort.
So Jason in the chat room is asking, do you have any readings specifically tailored to Imbolc? Like what kind of readings? Like card reading, poem?
I'm guessing,
Clarify.
and I have my
Clarify.
my oracle deck right here. So I don't do it as often as I should. I should probably do it every day. I don't, but I do it at least once or twice a week. So on Imbolc for sure, I will pull one of these
Card
cards.
reading. Oh, yeah.
You
So
know
I'm just
what
looking
it
in
says.
my
Ask the
he
question
said it's a
even.
card. He's asking about a card reading.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's asking about a card reading. I do. So I've got, I'm trying to find my folder here. Since I'm at home and I have all my stuff here, I have about 100 card spreads that I've created. Because I teach a tarot class and I do a monthly, like a class that I'll host at the studio or online or whatever. And I'm looking in my folder right now and I have 2 that I've created for Imbolc that I'm looking at. And so, yes, I mean, I've created them. They're not, I mean, you could probably find 1,000 of them online too. But there are definitely card spreads that I've made for Imbolc. And it's all about, again, that preparing
Mhm.
to emerge. It isn't emergence. We're
Yes.
not doing that yet. It's not
No.
time for that. That is not until spring. We are preparing to
Mhm.
emerge. So this is we've gone into the cave of winter at Yule. Imbolc is saying, okay, we're halfway there. What else? What is your challenge to emerge? What is this next 6 weeks going to look like as you're preparing to emerge? Is there anything else that you want to do? What else are you working on? That's all inner stuff. This is stuff that nobody is
Mhm.
seeing because this is this dark season. So we're all going within. So you're not working on things that everybody else is looking at or seeing or you're telling about. You're just keeping it kind of to yourself. You're working on your inner things. So this isn't telling the world, asking everybody what should you do. It's really just your own personal journey and you're
Yep.
doing a self-assessment like, okay, as I'm getting closer to spring equinox, how am I doing? How do I feel? Like, is there anything else I want to work on? Whether, you need to seek out help for that. And I'm not talking about just posting on the internet, but it could be, going to see a trusted advisor or, getting some guidance on something so that you can keep going on your inner journey. So, but yeah, funny that you asked that because I have a couple of card spreads that I've actually created myself. And actually, because of how many card spreads I've done, I could put a book together at this point of card spreads. And maybe I'll do that someday. We'll see. But it is fun to do a card spread for Imbolc. If you want to do a few cards, I do tarot, but like Steph said, you could do
Mm.
oracle cards if you want, whatever.
Oracle
So
deck. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's many ways to do it. And I know I didn't even think about it, but when Cryptogix, we were all together last weekend, did a planning session right here, actually. And, we did tarot cards, we did oracle cards because Josie's does all this, and, it's always amazing that they pick up on what's going on in your lives, for every single one of us. It was like, oh my God, that is just so cool. Um, it's fun. It's fun. The wisdom of the cards never
Mm-hmm.
ceases to amaze me. Let's put it that way. But they're surprising sometimes too. And you think, yeah, that's right. So anyway, easiest thing to do is to just buy an oracle deck, pull a card, or you can do a past, present, future. Pull 3 cards on Imbolc. That's always a good one too. So that is it. But yeah, it's fun. Get out in nature. I mean, that's always what I do. The nature is my deal, is my jam. So, even for guidance, all I need to do is go sit in the woods for a while and I understand. So, but everybody has their own way,
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes,
yeah.
it can be just for you,
Yep.
just something small. Doesn't have to be a big deal. I would, go outside and make a little something as
Could
an
do that too.
offering to, the nature spirits as a sign of hope. And, we've been, putting out extra bird seed right now and things like that as a little offering to the animals to get them through the winter. And so you can make it your own and make it fun and hopeful because
Mhm.
we need a lot of that right
We
now.
need hope. Yes, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, birdseed. I go through so much birdseed. for my animals outside. It's amazing. It's totally amazing.
Yeah.
But it's fun to see them. So, and it's fun to know that they are nourished at least a little bit for what I can do.
Get a little help.
So that is it, I think. Do we need to talk about anything else about Imbolc? I think we
No,
kind of covered
it's pretty simple. I mean, there's a lot of different deities and goddesses that are celebrated depending on your lean, and but it's pretty simple. I was looking at, because you think of February 1st, 2nd, as being like February 2nd, Groundhog's Day, right? Which is kind of the same idea, but it's going into more of just a modern day tradition, and really to look and see, is spring coming early, and so again, if you're looking at the wheel of the year, spring is coming when spring is coming, which is, we're looking at, we've got 3 months of winter. Well, that's that. But, whether nature follows that or not, so we can always, look at the Groundhog Day, right, is kind of the modern day version of Imbolc, but
it is.
Here in Minnesota, we're still going to have winter.
Well, exactly. And, it's like, right now in Minnesota, it's the big winter carnival, which is same, right? They're celebrating Imbolc. It's King Boreas versus Volcanic Rex, which is basically the struggle between Old Man Winter and the spring and fall, right? And so, or the spring and summer. And so it is a celebration of that. And of course, at the big finale, when King Boreas's men are fighting with the Vulcans always win, right? But we know spring isn't for another 6 weeks. But it's cool. It's fun to watch. If there's anybody in Minnesota watching, you should go over to the Torchlight Parade on Saturday and watch that, because it is amazing. It is amazing. It's fun. So, and they found the medallion today, which is amazing. We were going to look for it this year, and it's been so cold. I just couldn't do it. I mean, it's been, 40 below zero. And honestly, the clues were kind of scattered, but somebody found it today. So good for him. Congratulations to him, because that is awesome.
Cool.
Yeah. So anyway, get out there, do just a little something, light a candle, take a walk in nature, do whatever makes you happy, and just honor the day. And know that
sounds good.
Know that the light is coming, spring is coming, hope is here. So it's awesome. It's an awesome feeling.
Don't lose hope.
Yeah. So next week is our paranormal smorgasbord. So everyone, come with your questions. I know Jason wants to talk about mantises and swamp people, I believe was the deal. So I think that'll be fun. It'll be fun to hear what he's been doing some research on. And of course, we will talk about some other things. And if all of you listeners out there have anything you would like to add, put it in the chat, send us a message on Facebook, whatever. You can get a hold of us in many different ways. So do so, and we will talk about it, because it's fun. This is your show more so than ours. It's like listener subjects. And we've come up with some pretty good shows that are just the whole show out of these. So
so bring your topics. And the biggest challenge is when someone brings a topic and we have to fly by the seat of our pants.
I know.
That has been the most fun. And again, like Steph said, sometimes we turn it into an actual show because it's too much to cover in a smorgasbord. So that's the thing. Throw us topics. Anything paranormal, questions, whatever. Let us try and handle it and see what happens. And then, if it's something that's a really cool topic or we want to dig into, we'll make it into a show. So there's your challenge, everyone.
There you go.
Homework.
Challenge. It's your challenge
Homework
for
next
week. All right, everyone. Well, enjoy Imbolc. Celebrate how you may. Thanks for watching and listening this week. And please, all of our soldiers, please be safe. We thank you for your service.
And everybody in the chat room, thanks for tuning in. We're glad to see you here. And Jason, our producer, thank you so much. You do an awesome job every week. We're very grateful. And Cryptovania TV for hosting us. Also grateful. And we'll look forward to seeing you all next week.
Yeah. Good night, everyone.